Welcome everyone to Carry Code. Today we're going to do an unboxing of two flashlights from Wuben. So if you've been on my channel before, you've seen that I've got a couple of other Wuben products, the X2 Pro and the X3 that are already in my rotation of flashlights that I use on an everyday basis. And so as a newer channel, I have limited um, resources for how I get new products. So I've reached out to a few companies, and Wuben was one that got back to me and said, yeah, we'll send you some of our products for you to review. So I do want to lay out here, since this is my first review of products that have actually been sent to me, that any and all products that I will ever get sent are going to have my honest feedback. I know a lot of people get paid to do reviews and to be positive the entire time, but I'm going to be truthful with everything that I do. Even though I'm getting products from other companies, the goal is to give the honest feedback whether I would buy this or spend my own money on this or not. So, starting out YouTube channel, I'm like 20 videos in or so far now. And I think I've made 25 bucks. So definitely not enough to warrant buying a bunch of product to be able to continually review the latest things. So that is why, I'm looking to get some products from some different companies. So we're going to unbox these today, look at them initially, and then I'm going to come back in a week or two and do a video where I review these after I've carried them myself for a week or two, so I can talk more to the pros and cons of each of them. So two products here, the Wuben X4 and the Wuben G5. So we're going to start out with the G5. So they call this their ECL, which is easy carry light. I guess they're trying to kind of go with a marketing play of saying that these lights are meant for everyday carry, to keep in your pocket. So nice little box here. What they claim on the back, that we've got 400 lumens on the white light. There's an RGB light that has 10 lumens. It's got a red and blue flash, green and red flash, and red and yellow flash as well. They're all 10, and a 10 lumen beacon. So it looks like at the highest rating, it's going to last about 50 minutes, 65 hours on the lowest kind of moonlight setting of 2 lumens. It is rechargeable, and so we'll open this up now and see what we have. So we're going to open it up with the Spyderco Enough fixed blade in K390. All right, let's see what we've got. All right, so typical packaging here for Wuben, kind of this cardboard where they've got this flap in the middle that kind of locks in. And then let's see, we've got the light, a little plastic housing. Looks like we've got a cord. This actually looks like a pretty nice cord through the bag. If I can get it out. Or it's a lanyard, sorry. A lanyard with the cord, so just a tiny little charging cord, USB-C to USB-A, and then a lanyard there for the light as well. And then we've got the instructions, and it looks like there's a little key ring in there that was hiding out as well. So that is it for the box. It is nice that that folds flat, so it's easy to throw away. All right, so here it is. Here's the G5. So I have not looked at this before. This is my first take on it. So size-wise, it's a little smaller than the X3 that I've shown before. You can see there. Comparing it to like the Phoenix E06R, it's very similar there. I mean, this is definitely narrower, but you're thinner on the G5. If you compare it to like an Olight clip, the Ultra, and just kind of the standard version. You see there, it's not too far off from the Olight, but it is, again, much thinner. So pretty small little guy here. So let's see. So I don't know if you're supposed to manually turn this. I guess this is maybe for the light. All right, so we've got a lock here, if you can see. Get it to focus. maybe not. So anyway, there's a little lock here. Looks like you've got a light, and then it looks like you've got a battery mode. So I guess that when you slide that all the way over, exposes the USB-C charging there. Build quality feels good. It's aluminum. It's got this little scroll wheel here on the side. I assume that's going to be to change modes and intensity. And you've got a button to turn it on. It does have a magnet here on the back side. Nice. Feels pretty strong. And then you've got your little lanyard hole there. And then this is the pocket clip. So it looks like you can do a clip on the side, and then this, I believe, rotates. Yeah, so you can rotate it around to the back, or if you can rotate it to the front as well. It's like you gotta pull it out and then rotate it. So you can. All right, so you kind of pull it and then rotate it. Not too bad. It feels the best on the side here. When you put it in this other position, it's, I mean, you can see it's kind of a little wobbly. I don't know that I would want to keep it in a position like that. I'm kind of surprised why they didn't put some mechanism to lock it in place when you turned it. So, I mean, it does have that functionality that you can turn it. So, I mean, I guess it's nice that if you want to, you know, have this facing forward, kind of clip this on your backpack, that it would shine forward. But I would like for it to be a little bit more rigid feeling. And it's not the easiest here to kind of push and rotate. I guess maybe that's what you're supposed to do, is push right here where this little jimping is to get it to spin. But I think honestly, I'd probably just keep it on the side unless I needed to clip it onto something. So there's that. So I guess let's turn it on, see what we get. I have not charged this, so hopefully it's charged. I guess I should turn it on to the light mode so the lock does work. All right. So we got flashing red and yellow, flashing blue and red, red and green, there's red and blue. I feel like that one could get us in trouble. Don't use this as a police light in your car. That's definitely against the law, so don't be doing that. So a bunch of different flashing modes here. Let's see if we can figure out how to get it into a white light mode. So double clicking does seem to change it to flashing. Maybe I should have read the instructions that came with it first. Well, let's see real quick while it's over here flashing away. So here's the instructions. So it looks like we should just press it once. Okay, there we go. Press it once to get the white light. Don't know how we got into the other mode first. So anyway, so there's, I assume, the two, and then let's turn it up here. So we've got it maxed out there. So 400 lumens max on this guy. So not super, super bright, but should be good for your kind of everyday kind of situations that you could run into. So not too bad there on the white light. If you're comparing it maybe to like the Phoenix, let me get this guy back in frame. If you're comparing it to the Phoenix, that's at 700 lumens, so it's a little bit brighter. The Wuben X4 is also at 700, so this is definitely kind of in a little bit lower tier. But you know, the trade-off is that it is much smaller. I will say it has a hot symbol here, and it is already getting a little bit hot just being on for like a minute or so here at that 400 lumens. So I kind of like that you can kind of hold it in one hand and do the adjustment on the power. That's kind of nice. I will say though, like where you want to hold it, because it's so small, like it's going to be pretty easy to touch the side of that, and it is warm. So I don't know if you're going to run this for, you know, the full 50 minutes at the full power, what that's going to be like. But so yeah, so I guess it's manual to turn it here. So that's pretty nice that you can kind of, like I said, clip this on the front. So it's kind of getting at the same thing that some of these other ones did too. You know, like the X3 has this rotating head on it. So they're trying to innovate and do some different ways of how to do it. You know, the X2 Pro had the front mounted light and a top mounted light. So this is just a way, I think, to offer this at a better price point. Because the X3, I want to say, runs around 40 to 50 bucks typically. Whereas this one, kind of their everyday price looks to be $24.99. So it is a good value. And I mean, this thing is really small. It's about the size of like a Zippo lighter. So it is going to fit in your pocket nice. I will say with Wuben, comparing it to things like Olight, you know, I like their products. They're more innovative for sure. And the price point is way better. But I would say they still need a little bit of work on their quality. Like with this clip, you know, this could just be, it could feel a little better, you know. And finish wise, I think it's pretty good. I do like the magnet here. It has some type of like soft touch plasticky material that's going to keep things from getting marred up. I like that they've hidden the charging port down underneath there as well. So yeah, pretty nice overall light. So I'm going to keep this one in my pocket for a few days, trial it out, see what I like and what I don't like about it, and then come back and do a review on it. So next up, we're going to look at the X4. So this is a light that is actually on Kickstarter right now. It has been for a few months. I believe September 10th is when this will actually come on market. So again, I'll carry this one as well and also do a review on it and release that hopefully right around that September 10th mark when it comes out. So on this one, just to give the highlights, 1500 lumens on turbo mode, 5 lumen moon mode or low light mode. At that 1500, it looks like it'll last about 3 hours, 285 for the moon. So it does have a nice big battery in this one. A little bit heavier, you know, on this 5 ounces. So this is probably going to be more in like this X2 Pro range, maybe even a little bit heavier than that. And then it has all the same kind of beacon modes as well. You can see the hours list out here. This one is IP68 rated. I don't think the other one had an IP rating. Oh no, it was IP68 as well. So 2 meters underwater for 1 hour. So even this little guy, kind of surprised with the slide mechanism that's able to seal well enough to keep water out. But anyway, we will see. So let's get this guy open now and see what we're looking at here. All right, bonus cut here. So this one's a little bit different, kind of a clamshell opening, not their normal that I've seen. So we got the instruction manual. We've got a lanyard and another USB-C charging cable. Let's get those out and just see if they look the same. It's a little bit longer on this one than the other one. Same kind of lanyard. Looks to be the exact same lanyard. Then we have the light and some foam. And that appears to be it. So let's get this guy out. All right, a little bit of a seal here. Please remove battery insulation. So it looks like we need to unlock this guy. Take that guy out. All right. So this mechanism, very similar. Looks like it carries over from the X2 Pro. So just initially, this new X4, a little bit thinner, ever so slightly longer, but doesn't have the switch on there as the extra piece, so that's going to help with the length a little bit. Very similar clip design. Kind of a grayish color. I kind of like the gray on this. So this one is supposed to have a tactical switch here on the end. So I like that. I like the click. I like that it has that nice little feedback of the click. I like that it's integrated. You know, this one, I like that it has this tail switch, but I don't know, the button's kind of a little bit squishy and it's kind of clunky. You got to have it on the end and it's a little bit loose. So I like that this one's integrated in, can be controlled a little bit better. So just some initial things here. So you've got all your kind of lights up here on the front. This also has an LED bar here, which I think has a lot of cool applications that could be used. Also have the scroll wheel here, get a little bit of feedback on it as you're scrolling it. And then you have your power button as well. So I like that they've added now the little indicator. I don't think they had that on the last couple. Yeah, like this one doesn't have any indication, so you kind of have to guess at where you're lining. So I like that they've maybe taken some feedback there and given some alignment, and they've actually put detents. This one, although kind of sort of has detents, doesn't feel as good. So this definitely feels better. So we got a lock mode. We've got the light mode. I'm going to guess this is the bar mode and then a moonlight mode or something. All right, well, let's just step through them and see. So this guy. All right, so this one here is actually the front light. So the detent doesn't exactly line up the arrows with where it's pointing. It's kind of a little bit off. You can see that. It's not lined up perfectly. So anyway, so that's that front. So it looks like we can shine it, increase the brightness there, and roll it back down. So I believe on this that we can change the colors as well. Yeah, so we've got like a blue. All right, so if we go with this, maybe we scroll this, there we go, to some different colors. So I really like this because, you know, if you put this on your backpack or something, you have this red light, you know, this could act as like a bike tail light, you know, just something that could indicate where you're at when you're hiking. So there could be some cool applications for this LED light bar. So I guess you've got a single then there for the multicolor, and then you've got, looks like 5 or 6, looks like 6 LEDs here for the bar. All right, so let's go to this mode. So that's going to be the front light now. So it looks like we're in moonlight mode here. So like I said, up to 1500 lumens. So nice and bright, feels good. You can definitely feel the heat coming off of that, of the light at that power level. So nice and bright. Yeah, definitely heating up quick. And then you've got your nice low lumen mode as well here too. Let's see if we got any other modes if we hold down. Double click. Okay, double click's going to take us into our brightest mode from wherever we're at without having to do the scroll wheel. So that's nice. And let's see what this last mode is. So is that just moonlight only? I guess that's just moonlight only. So that's kind of an interesting. I find it interesting that they would have that as a separate button just for moonlight. Let's get the manual on this one and look and see real quick if that is truly all that is meant to be. So yeah, it just has a moonlight mode. So I guess that is nice that if you don't remember where you left off and you do want just that lowest level of light to turn on, so that you're not, you know, bothering anybody, that is nice to have that, I guess. So the moonlight mode, like I said, you of course have your regular light modes with turbo all the way down to moon. You've got your RGB and your white light. The white light, of course, you can change the intensity. And then also, just like the other one, it looks like on that bar, you can actually do strobes as well. So all different kinds of strobes and beacon colors that you can do with that RGB. So same type of functionality. So I will say from a build quality standpoint of the two of these, you know, this one definitely feels more robust. And I mean, it's not super heavy. So comparing, it's a little heavier than the X2 Pro, I think. So you're looking at it versus the Olight Arcfeld. So a little bit shorter, but it is a little bit thicker. But I think it's a good pocketable carry size as well here too. One thing to note here, when you go all the way up into this moonlight mode, you are exposing the charge port. So I don't know if this charge port is waterproof internally or if it's only waterproof if this is closed down on it. So if you're in that mode, it may not be waterproof. That's something I'll have to find out before I do my official review. Let's try out the tail light mode here. Oh yeah, that's nice. So you got single click, you just have the light on. As soon as you let off, it lets go. Double click and you're into strobe. So that is nice. I would say of the two of these, I don't know, this one's definitely more useful. It's definitely got more functions, but it is going to be pricier too. I don't know that they've released the actual price of this one yet. So we will have to find out when they actually launch this thing on the 10th where we're going to be at price-wise. Let me see if there's anything on Kickstarter right now that says. So it looks like on Kickstarter, if we scroll all the way down, so it's looking like they've got the early bird price of $44.99. Looks like the MSRP is going to be $59.99. So it's still going to be a good value. It kind of maybe feels like this is going to be the replacement for the X2 Pro. I think this one's been sold out a little bit recently. So maybe this is going to be kind of their next step up, and maybe they'll get rid of that guy. I'm not sure. But I will say, comparing these two, this definitely feels more robust than this one. It feels like they've made some improvements to the lock. They've definitely made some improvements to the tail switch here, and even the slider feels better. Plus, you don't have this little rubber-coated guy over here anymore to charge. You now have that integrated in, which is nice. So overall, I think, you know, just looking at it, this might be the replacement for me for this. And this is the flashlight I carry kind of in my backpack every day for when I need a more powerful thing. So overall, like I said, finish looks nice. Really like it. This has a magnet on the back too. Didn't mention that. The only thing that this one might be missing is that ability, like this one, to clip it on and be able to shine it off of a backpack or something like that, if you wanted illumination. Right? If you're just wanting the colored lights to be able to kind of showcase where you're at for safety purposes, those would be great. But otherwise, I think this one's going to be better if you want like walking illumination, or to say clip it on your hat or something and shine it down so you can see what you're doing. That is one nice thing about this. It's got that angle. You can run it, you know, say like this, where you could kind of put it on your hat brim, potentially by moving this clip like this, right? And then you can still have that kind of shining downward kind of where you're working. So maybe like a mechanic or something, this would be more useful. So I think there's definitely a place for both of these. You know, this one, like I said, very pocketable. This probably could even fit in like your little fifth pocket on your pants, which there are not a lot of lights that can do that. I mean, the Phoenix is close, but functionality-wise, I think this one's going to be pretty good for the use cases it can use. And then this one I think is going to be great for as a power user. So like I said, just did an unboxing there, quick one on these. We are going to review these in full, and I'll have those posted hopefully in about a week or so after I carry these for a week and give my initial opinion. So like I said, first review of a product that's been sent to me by Wuben. So thank you, Wuben, for sending them. But as always, I'm going to be truthful with what I say. Hopefully that's reflected at least in this initial review as well. You know, talking about some of the things like the wobble on this pocket clip. You know, my goal is to make sure that you guys are happy and that you guys are getting products that are good quality, that are going to last you a long time. That's what I want in my collection. So I want you guys to have that as well too. So we're going to be honest. We want to get the new products. We want to see what's new and out there, right? That's what you're tuning in for, is what's new, what's exciting, what are you going to go out and get next. And you want something that's going to be truthful. So whether we get this as a free product or not, whether we buy it, we're still going to be truthful with what we say and try to be honest about what we see in the products, what is good, what is bad. So yeah, so first of many hopefully here that we do for these type of products. So I'll be back in a week. So in the description below, I will have this guy linked. If you're interested in buying it as an affiliate link, I'll add this one in as soon as it goes live. And any other products that I've shown on here today too, those will be down in affiliate links as well. So if you want to help out my channel to get more products in here and see more reviews and unboxing, help me out. Go to use the affiliate links if you want to purchase any of this stuff. If you're thinking about purchasing it, it would help me out a lot if you could do that. And otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. And make sure in the comments below, tell me what your favorite EDC light is to carry and why. and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.